Struggles to rise.
My time.
Doubt. You think back. You think of. You think of. You look. You think. You must. It's time. Shall you be? If your choice now, others. After all that you have been through, and all that you have done, all that you have become, the Aetheran lies in front of you. Or to sacrifice. What you do next, what shall you do with Divinity?
And so it ended. A tale that began with my own ill-fated attempt to rid the world of the Godwoken. The Eternals reclaimed the world. Dwarves, elves, lizards, and humans all became slaves, ruled over by the Sworn and the Eternals. Relics of the old world remained, but in time they crumbled and fell, like the memories of the peoples who had built them, lost to time like sand in the wind, but not lost to Fane. Fane would never forget. As for me, I was freed of one covenant only to be enslaved once more. But I am fortunate. I serve Master Fane now. My task, to chronicle the rise and fall of the Godwoken. This was their story. Master, I hope you approve.
Until we meet again.
Not that your story is finished, of course. Your divinity shine as a matter of source makes for an excellent ally, whether you are clever enough of a divine. Until we meet again. You escaped an abominable prison. Now that I am, once I've come, until we meet.
And what of you? You think back, you look, you think you must. It's tough. Shall you be your choice now? After all that you have been through, or to sacrifice, what shall you do with divinity?
And so it ended. A tale that began with my own ill-fated attempt to rid the world of the Godwoken. When the dust settled, no new divine had risen. Instead, all Source was released into the world for all the people and every creature to share. Everyone was now a sorcerer. And united, the peoples of Rivellon pushed back the God King into the very depths of the void. This ushered in a new golden age of peace and prosperity. But alas, it was not to last. With many greedy for wealth, power and position, the struggle soon began anew. Source, the very language of creation, was used in violence once more. The never-ending contest for power continued. As for me, I was freed of the tyranny of the God King. To atone for my sins in this world, I spent the rest of my days taking care of the sick and elderly. I would tell the story of the Godwoken to anyone who would listen. The story of the greatest heroes Rivellon had ever known. The heroes who chose not to close the veil.
Well, here we are again. Get an eyeful. I've a lot of planning to...
She drums her fingers testily on her crossed arms.
All that work, all that effort tossed into the gutter like a malformed child. You know what's a distasteful comparison? This world where everyone's a sorcerer and you're nothing. Never mind.
She fingers the mask covering her face.
We've come a long way together.
She looks you up.
I guess this take a moment. Why, relax, enjoy. I certainly plan to do the same. Until next time.
Now that I am clear of once I've come to a conclusion, I promise you'll be the second. You escaped. Now that once until we meet...
The world was at peace, at least for now. Few were as prepared for the new world as the lizardkin of the ancient empire. With power spread equally throughout the world, the advantage lay with those who knew how to steal it, and at this the lizards excelled. Justinia returned to her throne. Under her rule, the Dwarven kingdom prospered, until 2 years later a jealous lover stabbed her in the heart with a mutton fork. With their power returned, the elves reclaimed their lands from the Death Fog and began to rebuild. Soon they would split as two factions sought power, one to bring back the trees, the other to bring back the scions. A dwarven joke did the rounds. It ends with the punchline, "So Lucian dropped the Death Fog on them again." And in a dark forest on the far side of a desert, well beyond the high seas, the Black Ring came together once more. The island of Fort Joy, the old redoubt to the Source King Brachus Rex, was turned over to the people of Driftwood to use as they wished. They turned it into a holiday resort. Reaper's Coast prospered. The fisheries returned, and the fertile farmlands produced the greatest harvests the surviving farmers had ever seen. Blood Moon Island became particularly fecund, its soil producing the greatest crops. A particularly crimson-fleshed orange grown on the island became a delicacy across half the world. The black pits took fire. The oil there burns still. Driftwood became a centre of industry, trade and transport. Lohar the dwarf became mayor. His time in office was cut short by an unfortunate wound that spontaneously appeared on his neck. Lagan left his over-demanding wife and began a relationship with a local bard. In the spirit of loving generosity, he returned the ring to his now ex-wife. In a fit of rage, she threw it into the sea. You would never forget Dorothea's kiss. Dorothea herself left Driftwood for the ancient empire, ever in search of the perfect kiss. She never found it, although once or twice she came close. The nameless isle had vanished. Although only open water remained, by instinct ships would steer clear. None of the captains could articulate why. Millennia later, adventurers would come in search of the legendary divine city of Arx and the crypt of the great Lucian. None would pass the path of blood. Young Han went into the theatre and became one of the realm's most popular actors. Almira and Mihaili settled in an abandoned homestead. The locals liked and respected Almira. She never wanted for help, and deals always fell to her favor. Outsiders were often suspicious, but no local would speak against her. With no new divine, Malady found herself in a predicament. She had an important problem to solve, but no ally strong enough to call upon, and so her search continued. Having performed the greatest act of necromancy in history, Tarquin found the new world unchallenging. He became obsessed with rumors of another plane of existence. One day he vanished and was never seen again. With the source released to the world, Ahu the wizard spent more and more time as a cat. One day he decided he would not change back. Mordus scratched out a living, ending up as a short-order cook. After an epiphany arising from the phrase "sunny side up," he started a religion. Upon his death from food poisoning, all 3 of his followers committed suicide. Jehan, the demon hunter, found himself at a loose end. So he opened a museum of demonic artifacts. After it burned down, with Jehan inside, witnesses claimed that the flames were the color of blood. As the forests grew anew and the elves were equals at last, Sahala shared elven knowledge of Source with the world. But some elves disagreed and plotted against her. Chief amongst her opponents was Tova, Sahala's own mother. As Source flooded Rivellon, Fane set out to record everything he could of this new world. As he travelled, he kept a socket peeled for signs of the Eternals, hoping to find the wife he'd lost. He's still looking. And then there was you. You returned to the world a sorcerer among many. Your future was yours to decide. Did you accept your new status with humility? Only you know the truth. Only you know if you atone for your sins.
Not as it's indeed.
You are suddenly heavy on your feet. The air here feels weighted with import.
Here we need, I believe, sir. You can, and
The doctor approaches you. He offers you freedom from your deepest fear.
These poor
Like a cold draft in a crypt, prudence is the spirit's relief.
This is a mistake. If you fail at this now, we'll go no... Then you're finished. The demon will destroy you, and who knows how many more. All because you couldn't do what you needed to do. We're done here. I'm well aware of what you couldn't do.
She glances at you quickly, then looks away again.
It was nice knowing you, Losa. I'll miss you. I really will.
The doctor, leave your
I feel him in my head, in my soul.
Having chosen not to extinguish the souls at the demon's home plane, Losa looks at her party, her mouth set to a frown.
Very well done. You protected an ocean of candles over your own life, and now that ocean will only grow larger.
I stand by my decision. Those weren't just flames. They were people. I'm not like him.
Do not say that name.
He quickly recovers his composure.
Ours has been a story for the ages. We've become so much more together than we ever were apart. I know you know I'm right. Here's what you do. You find Dallas. You take back the powers of the gods. And when you do, summon me. Together, we'll end it all in an instant. Divinity will be ours. That's exactly right. Perish the thought that anyone should be all generosity, all greed. The coin must be balanced, or it will forever land on the same side. All chance erased, all potential for change gone. That isn't what I want for the realm. I'm certain it isn't what you want either. If we enter into an agreement, we can create something better, something worth preserving.
He motions the nurse to approach you. She silently asks for your hand. The doctor nods. The nurse holds up an empty glass vial. With a knife, she stabs your palm. She holds the tip of the knife in the wound. The vial in her other hand fills with blood. When the vial is full, she takes out the knife, and the wound is already healed.
Now, doesn't that feel good?
The doctor nods at your own right hand. You raise it and discover that the mark has reappeared.
That is your guarantee. When you get to the crypt and you find our friend Lucian, I shall come to call. This is going to be so much fun. I'd think it plain by now who I seek and why, Losa. Like all of the God King's apostles, Kem creates havoc, not just in this plane, but many others. This is a pleasant game. Of course, ask away. We've made a pact. I won't have it. Besides, that's a house call I don't want to miss. Isn't power reason enough? It is for me, although I admit it would solve other problems. Damien, the Black Ring. The world has its ailments. We are the cure. My friend, you are almost a doctor. Then you die, and I keep your soul. Go to the crypt. Find Lucian. Say hello don't. It is your leave.
Go no further. If you wish to survive, the doctor will not tolerate.
You should not have come and stay with the doctor forever. Never pick a fight with your doctor.
Defeated once more. Reaffirm your dedication to the Covenant anew, and you shall be restored. Those who are sworn to the Covenant can be restored, but failure... Defeat haunts you like a specter. Fail once more, and there will be consequences. Do not sully the Covenant with any more failure.
A large... As it stands, he'd over... I can't force you to do the obviously correct thing, but I suppose one can...
The door does not...
Believe
I feel him in my head, in my soul.
Hello, sir.
He's
The doctor will see
getting
you.
stronger.
Ah, there's no mistake. It's odd, seeing you here among my things. Do not see quickly. Ours have we've been. If that, we'll both need to do better. I know here, Divinity will. That's the...
He motions the nurse. When the doctor knocks.
That this is... You may see your...
The truth hangs heavy upon the air. It's... The truth hangs heavy upon the air.
You come here off. Look, that kind of... Look, you...
Lawson, Godwalker, Dallas told me about you. Your divine...
The divine you thought...
What a
Lucian frowned.
Oh, God.
I underestimate.
Respect?
Lucian's gay.
Lucian.
Yes.
Dallas not. A skull is revealed.
I am.
Aren't they just full of surprises?
Fear not, Godwalker. Dallas is on the...
I shall tell you long ago.
Of course.
Silent, our king forbid.
With the source they stole from the Vale.
Really? I'm shocked.
Shut your mouth. That will not.
The Eteran.
The plan is...
We have made...
Decide.
There is no other. We only lack yours.
Then let us show some response.
You'll be a hero.
The voice of the god.
You surrender to no one. I am your god. I am your king. Betray me, and I shall shatter your soul. Deny me, and you shall freeze eternal in the bitter...
You are sworn to me. Fulfill.
You swore.
Godwoken, we must heal...
Godwalker, surrender your source. So
Don't let them do this to us.
I understand your sacrifice.
I'm sorry.
You shall not. I call.
How? What? You are...
Freedom and Cack. You left the. Kill him! Do shut up, you tedious. You should have listened. I am Brachus Rex. This is not the. Too late, you mouldering blight-stained. The God King hears. He sends. Come to your father. Come to the Source King.
wait.
My time is...
The air goes...
I hate to cry.
Dallas groans at the doctor's appearance as he calmly raises his palm.
What is the meaning of...
Enough talk from you.
Dallas collapses. There is neither fanfare nor dirge. The hammer is simply gone, victim to the doctor's cruel whim.
And...
The doctor turns to you after the late divine falls, lifts a blood vial, and taps it to make a dull clink. A chilling reminder of the pact you made.
Amazing. What forces I command with the power of our pact, yes. I've come to collect. I presume you intend to honor our agreement. Then you shall rise as I descend. The future has come. Now let's see an end to these useless gnats, shall we?
Malady stands
Well, here we are again. Get an eyeful. I expect it's the last we'll see of. You know, I had looked forward to something of a vacation. A bottle of something strong. You'll pay for that.
Don't you dare look me in the eyes, slave.
Don't you have somewhere else to be? Well, here we are again. Get an eyeful. I expect it's the last we'll see of each other for some time. You've unleashed. There's evil you can trust, and there's evil you should do everything in your power to destroy. You obviously don't understand the difference. Never mind. What's done is done. I don't know where I went wrong with you, but it's too late now. You know, I had looked forward to something of a vacation. A bottle of something strong, a lover or 300. Now, it seems, I'll have to focus on preventing end times. Again. You'll pay for that.
least tilts his... Tarquin looks like he's about to unleash a cutting remark for a moment, but he thinks better of it, and offers a slight bow instead.
But of course you are.
Reform my way.
Her eyes flick down to your mouth. Almira pouts in disappointment.
Oh, no matter. I cannot say I am at the ready.
Out to the end, and with a start. War raged on. Vulnerable as it was to the machinations of the demons who infiltrated the houses, the ancient empire of lizards was soon brought to its knees. When the truth of the Divine's betrayal was revealed, Justinia withdrew the dwarves from the fight against the demons. Isolated from the Alliance, the dwarves were ill-prepared when the demons attacked. Few survived. With Lucian gone, the elves reluctantly joined the Divine Alliance. Their place in the war on the Void would entirely depend on the integrity of the new Divine. When they learned of the Divine's deal with the demon, they gathered together, opened a portal, and left Rivellon forever. To where, no one knows. But sometimes the trees whisper a name, Nemesis. The elves may have made a terrible mistake. One last Black Ring priestess survived the Void War. When the demons came, she fled into the wilderness, and there, after 39 days and 39 nights, she saw a man calling her name from another plane. His name, Damien. Young Han grew up a warrior and became one of the Alliance's greatest generals. But even he could not win the war. Almira and Mihaili settled in an abandoned homestead. The locals liked and respected Almira. She never wanted for help, and deals always fell to her favor. Outsiders were often suspicious, but no local would speak against her. With a new divine at the helm, Malady had a powerful ally, until the war with the demons began. Then, Malady the half-demon fell under suspicion from both sides. Having performed the greatest act of necromancy ever witnessed, Tarquin found the new Rivellon unchallenging. He became obsessed with a supposed new world on another plane of existence. One day he vanished, and was never seen in Rivellon again. Ahu the wizard served the new divine with honor, wisdom, and an at times unnerving feline elegance. Changed by his experience with the Godwoken, the sorcerer Mordus proved a useful tool in the fight against the demons. The Alliance quickly learned to keep him away from ordinary soldiers for the sake of morale. Sahala herself led the elves out of Rivellon. The time had come for her people to set down their roots elsewhere. Tova, her mother, was Sahala's most trusted warrior. And what kind of divine was Losa as the world battled her demons? Did she show mercy or strength? Did she sacrifice others as Lucian had done? Did she regret becoming divine? Did she wonder if she should have given her soul and sealed the veil? Did she ever deal with her demons? Only Losa knows the truth. Only she knows if she atones for her sins. And then there was you. You returned to the world as the undead Godwoken who failed to become divine. Did you accept your failure with dignity, or did it destroy you? Did you regret your deal with the demon divine? Or was the price of power just something that had to be paid? Only you know the truth. You and one other. For the God King still called your name. Did you answer? Only you know if you atone for your sins.
A large... Indeed. I know of a way we can... But I suppose one...
The door does not open.
Don't leave.
Ah, there you are.
There's no mistaking it. This is the voice of the demon, the one who's been haunting your mind for so long now, the one who intends to seize your body, your soul for himself.
It's odd, seeing you here among my things, my practice. Usually it's me who visits you. Ours has. We've become so much more together. I have, and you but make no mistake, this change. Almost there, Losa. Welcome home, Losa. Come to Daddy.
Defeated once more. Reaffirm your dedication to the Covenant anew, and you shall be restored.
Right where I want.
A feeling looms in despite your efforts to stop it. Your demon is...
I've missed you.
Instead, you
Stand up. Thank you, Losa. Here, We are one. Invincible in our bond. Invincible in my Black Haven. Isn't it perfect? I know you agree. Now, let's be divine.
The truth hangs
You come here often. Look, seconds of course. Look, you. I know.
Faye. Godwalken. Yes.
I am.
Aren't they just full of...
That will not.
The Atira.
The plan is almost...
We have made so much.
Decide.
There is no... We own the god.
No!
Then let
Shows
You'll be the voice of you, sir. You are sworn to.
Thank you for your loyalty, my child. You shall be rewarded. Now unleash my righteous fury. Seal the fate of these heretics. Kill the thieves! World is ours once more. Now we shall end the reign of thieves and enslave these so-called races. You have done all that I have asked and more. I shall make good on our covenant. After all the races are dominated, you shall take your place with us and rule them. For we are the truth. We are the real. We are eternal!
so it ended. A tale that began with my own ill-fated attempt to rid the world of the Godwoken. The Eternals returned to the world. In the eyes of the God King, Fane was redeemed. He returned to his studies. Dwarves, elves, lizards, and humans all became slaves, ruled over by the Sworn and the Eternals. The God King had defeated the Seven and returned from the void. Relics of the old world remained, but in time they crumbled and fell, like the memories of the peoples who had built them, lost to time like sand in the wind, but not lost to Fane. Fane would never forget. As for me, I was freed of one covenant only to be enslaved once more. But I am fortunate. I serve Master Fane now. My task, to chronicle the rise and fall of the Godwoken. This was their story. Master, I hope you approve.
Malady stands tall and proud. Sunlight's...
Well, here we are again. You get a knife. It isn't going to be easy cleaning up this mess you've made. It might not even be possible. I don't know how I could have been so wrong about you. I'm never wrong.
A cruel smile spreads.
Tell your God King he'll have to send much more than you to silence me. Until we meet again, all the best to you. Don't you have somewhere else to be? Get an eyeful. It isn't going to be easy. I don't know how I could have been so wrong about you.
A cruel smile.
Tell your God until we meet again.
Don't you dare look me in the eyes, slave. For that is all you are now that you bow to the God King.
Beast's spirit does not acknowledge
You hear?
He paused.
All of this, Quercus, all of our struggle to save their stupid, bloody giant races, and this fool lets this God King enslave the world. We didn't rescue your barren land from the great acorn to see it turned over to someone even worse than your damned people. I know, Quercus. I'm disappointed too. I thought we had found a true friend, but no. Come, we've lost our shield, but we still have each other.
Quercus hisses at you, lashing out with a claw. Silora ignores you, but gently pats his cat.
Do you know what you've done? You've signed my death warrant, fool. The God King won't stand to the likes of me in this world. Not after I abandoned his cause.
No. This world is one of your making, and it'll be yours to suffer in. I have prospects in other realms. I am nobody's tool. You never really knew me at all, did you? You've sacrificed the world, you cretin. And for what? The favor of the God King? It won't last. He'll see you in the same light that he does me sooner or later.
Sibyl twirls.
Leave me alone, okay? After all I had to do to free myself of the God King, you just gave in to him? You've ruined everything. I want you to know that. Now get out of my sight. but your word, Master. As I was called, I am at the...
And what of you? What of you, Fane the Eternal, indeed? You were the key to it all. You brought the Eternals back to the world and saw the God King enslave the thieves. And you set right the original wrong. And the seven were punished for their transgression. Are you proud of all you achieved? Or are you ashamed of your sins?
to me, the night is dark. Come to me, the night is long. Sing for me, I'll sing along. Sing for me, oh sing for me. Come to me, the night is dark. Come to me, the night is long. Sing for me, I'll sing along. Sing for me, oh sing for me. Sway with me, we'll make them scream. Dance with me, we'll